I love to recommend this lens for patients who are moderate myopes, who are between let's say a -2 to a -4, or for folks who cherish their near vision in the hobbies and activities that they do, such as crafting, jewelry, just, having to have their focal point closer to their face, and would love to be able to do that unassisted, so without reading glasses.
So what's been the most telling, I think, with the ClearView is that first post-op day when we walk in the room after they've been worked up by the technician, and then they just lock eyes with us as a surgeon and say, wow, this is good. And we don't typically get that with the diffractive IOLs. And so that kind of X factor, that extra appreciation from the patient has driven us more towards the ClearView in our RLE patients, in our younger patients. It's finding its niche more and more because the patients are so happy and so appreciative at that initial post-op visit and thereon.
I have patients coming in, they're excited about their distance vision. They feel like they can see anything up close. Most of my patients will say, I don't use glasses at all, even for certain tasks. So I think for me, it's not really just one case, it's that I have 7 years of history now with this lens, and my patients are happy with it. And we're starting to see other patients now that I've done in the community come in and say, well, my friend has this newer technology, can I have that lens?
I think the active patient really benefits by this. So someone who's still very, going on about their business, playing golf, driving at night, driving during the day, working with electronics, whether it's our iPhone or iPad or whatnot. I think those are excellent candidates for this lens. It's an active person lens, but it also, because it's very good for near, in my opinion, even patients that are older that do a lot of reading, I think they'll appreciate that. I think you need to absolutely have a pupil that is centered, and the lens must center in the pupil. If you have a correctopic pupil or someone who's got trauma from the eye or doesn't have centration or has poor centration issues during the case, you probably don't want to use this lens. So pupillary centration is important.
We have a lot of patients that really want to have this range of vision and crisp distance. They don't want to have night vision problems. You can get a little bit of a Maddox rod effect from it, little line. You could get some angel wings with a little bit of noticing some glow on the sides or some glow from the lights. But it's not as distracting as it can be when they get full concentric rings around every light.
It takes 5 to 10 eyes to realize that this lens is different than what we have used before for presbyopia correction. So far, I think we've done nearly 100 eyes. We're above 95% of the patients are spectacle-free full-time. And with our previous technology, we were probably about 85% at the highest. So we're grabbing an extra 10 or 15% of patients that are wanting to be glasses-free and delivering that. In particular, my office manager's mother did a refractive lens exchange. She's around 50 and was about a +1, +150. So quite a bit of astigmatism as well. And my game plan was to shoot for slight myopia and try to do laser arcuate incisions to help with the astigmatism, but be set up for a myopic PRK or LASIK post-op treatment if needed. And extremely happy. 20/20 J1+, both eyes. Even though she's about a -50 in one eye and a -0.50 in one eye and a plano in the other, she's extremely satisfied with her vision. And she's now month 3 post-op and still holding strong with the astigmatism.
So I had a particular picky patient who had very high expectations. He was a truck driver, drove a lot at night, but at the same time, he did not want to sacrifice his near vision. He really wanted maximal spectacle independence. And I thought to myself, there's no way that I'm going to satisfy this patient. The technology does not exist. But I was able to talk to him and counsel about this new lens, the ClearView 3, and how he may occasionally still experience some visual disturbances, but overall, the studies have shown that it's minimal and that he should have a nice full range of vision with glasses as needed occasionally. And he was accepting of those realistic expectations, or he was accepting of those limitations. And so we proceeded, and thankfully, at 1 month, he was 20/20 J1 plus. He did not notice really any halos or glare at all when he was driving. So it just worked out for me, and I was very happy to deliver and meet this patient's expectations, which is something that I never thought I'd be able to do before with any of the other existing technologies.